Once upon a time in a small village in called Otuk, there lived three best friends named Chinidu, Beo, and Musa. They were very poor and often went to bed hungry. They wished every day that they could become rich and take care of their families. One hot afternoon, as they sat under a big baobab tree, Chinidu said, "I am tired of being poor. We need to find a way to become rich." Beo nodded and added, "But how can we do that? We have no jobs, no money, and no hope." Musa, who was the cleverest of them, said, "I had a story about a powerful man who knows how to make people rich using special rituals. Maybe we can find him and ask for his help." The friends agreed and decided to search for the powerful man. They walked for many days and nights until they finally found him in a dark, spooky forest. The powerful man, who wore a long, black robe, looked at them with piercing eyes. "Why have you come to me?" he asked in a deep, scary voice. Chinidu spoke up, "We are tired of being poor. We want to be rich so we can help our families." The powerful man thought for a moment and then said, "I can make you rich, but it comes with a price. Are you willing to do whatever it takes?" The three friends looked at each other nervously, but their desire for wealth was too strong. They all nodded and said, "Yes, we are ready." The powerful man gave them a special potion and some strange instructions. He told them to perform the ritual at midnight under the full moon. After 4 years of great wealth, you will face the consequences of this ritual. Are you sure you want to proceed? Without thinking too much about the future, the friends eagerly agreed. They performed the ritual exactly as the powerful man had instructed. The next day, they woke up to find bags of gold and silver in their small hut. They couldn't believe their eyes. "We are rich!" Beo shouted with joy. For the next 4 years, Chinidu, Beo, and Musa lived like kings. They bought big houses, fancy clothes, and plenty of food. They helped their families and everyone in the village admired them. They were the happiest they had ever been. One day, exactly 4 years after they became rich, strange things started happening. The sky turned dark, even though it was daytime, and a strong wind began to blow. The friends' houses shook, and they had a terrifying voice. "You have enjoyed your wealth, but now it is time to face the consequences." Chinidu, Beo, and Musa were scared. They remembered the powerful man's warning and realized that their time was up. Musa cried, "What are we going to do? We didn't think about what would happen after 4 years." Chinidu trembled, "We should have never agreed to the ritual. Now we must face whatever is coming." Suddenly, the ground beneath them started to crack, and a blinding light shot up from the earth. The three friends clung to each other, terrified of what would happen next. The ground continued to crack, and the blinding light grew brighter. Chinidu, Beo, and Musa squeezed each other's hands tightly, their hearts racing with fear. "Look over there!" Beo shouted, pointing towards the horizon. A dark, swirling cloud had formed in the sky, and it seemed to be moving towards them. Musa's eyes widened. "That cloud looks like it's alive. What do we do?" Chinidu, trying to stay calm, said, "We need to find the powerful man and ask him how to stop this. Maybe he can help us." They hurried back to the dark forest where they had first met the powerful man. The forest looked even scarier now, with shadows dancing all around them. They found the powerful man sitting in his eerie hut, his eyes glowing in the dim light. "Please, help us," Chinidu begged. "We did the ritual and now we are facing terrible consequences. What can we do?" The powerful man looked at them with a serious expression. "You enjoyed your wealth, but now you must face what you have brought upon yourselves. The only way to make things right is to return the gold and silver you received and ask for forgiveness from the earth spirits." Beo's voice trembled. "How do we do that? We don't even know where to start." The powerful man handed them a small, ancient book. This book contains instructions on how to return the riches and seek forgiveness. Follow the steps carefully. Time is running out. The friends took the book and started reading it by the flickering light of a nearby fire. The book's pages were old and covered in strange symbols. They learned that they needed to travel to a sacred river and perform a special ceremony. "We must hurry," Musa said, glancing at the darkening sky. "The cloud is getting closer." They raced to the sacred river, which was located far from the village. As they arrived, they saw the river sparkling under the light of the full moon. The air was filled with a mysterious, calming energy. The book instructed them to build a large circle with the gold and silver around the river. They carefully placed the riches in the circle and began to chant the ancient words written in the book. Suddenly, the dark cloud above them roared and the ground trembled. The friends felt a strong wind pulling at them. They continued chanting, hoping that their efforts would be enough to reverse the consequences. As they chanted, the river's water began to swirl and glow. The dark cloud above seemed to slow down, but the wind grew stronger. The friends had to hold on to each other to stay grounded. "Is it working?" Chinedu shouted over the howling wind. "I'm not sure," Beo replied, trying to keep his voice steady. The powerful man's voice echoed in their minds, "Keep chanting and believe. The earth spirits are listening." The friends chanted with all their might, their voices blending with the sounds of the swirling river. The glowing water started to calm, and the dark cloud began to disperse slowly. Just when they thought they might be pulled away by the strong wind, the glowing light from the river intensified and enveloped them. The glowing light from the river grew brighter and brighter, wrapping around Chinedu, Beok, and Musa like a warm, protective blanket. The dark cloud finally began to break apart, and the stormy wind calmed. The friends stood there, exhausted but relieved, as the river's gentle glow lit up the night. The powerful man's voice echoed one last time, "You have made things right. Remember, true wealth comes from the goodness of your heart and the honesty of your actions." The three friends felt a deep sense of peace. They thanked the earth spirits and carefully gathered the gold and silver back into the bags. They returned the riches to the forest, placing them where they had originally found them. As they walked back to their village, they saw that everything was returning to normal. The sky was clear, and the air was calm. The villagers greeted them with joy, relieved to see their friends safe and sound. Chinedu looked at his friends and said, "We've learned an important lesson. Being rich isn't just about having money. It's about being honest and doing good things." Beo nodded in agreement. "Yes, and we should always be grateful for what we have, instead of looking for shortcuts." Musa added, "And most importantly, we must remember that our actions have consequences. We should always choose the right path." From that day on, Chinedu, Beo, and Musa lived happily, but they lived simply. They worked hard and helped others in their village. They used their experiences to teach everyone about the importance of honesty, kindness, and being thankful. And so, the moral of the story is, true wealth comes from living with integrity, being grateful, and treating others with kindness. Taking shortcuts or making deals with dark forces can lead to unforeseen consequences. It's better to work hard and earn your success through honest and good actions.